Hi. So today I am bringing you the comparison between House Moving Castle, the movie, and the book. Roll the intro. Hi. So I'm Dia, and you're watching Reading with My Cat, where I talk about bookish stuff, and sometimes I show you my cats. So today I'm bringing you a comparison between House Moving Castle, the book, and the movie. So when I watched the movie for the first time, I was in college and I didn't know about the book. Diana Wynne Jones, she was not a very famous author over in India. People in the US or the UK, like in the West, they have grown up with her stories, but here I had, at least I had no idea about her books or yeah. So when I watched the movie, I had no idea it was a book, and then I found out it was a book, and it took me 7 years to finally get to the book. This month I finally got around to it because of a buddy read. If you want me to make a video on buddy read, please leave a comment down below, like how to if you want to participate in a buddy read, like if you don't know what a buddy read is, so I'll make a video on that. Anyway, about House Moving Castle. So I read the book and I was like, I can't believe that 27 years of my life I've been without this book. Like, it took me 27 years to finally get to this book. Like, if I had got this book when I was very young, in my preteens or something, I would have eaten it up. So yeah, the book is really good, and I've already made a gushing review of the book. It's not really a review, it's mostly about me gushing about the book. So what are the differences between the movie and the book? I wanted to see, Miyazaki, he is a very, I would say, skilled filmmaker and a storyteller. So I wanted to see how the same story, two different people with different approaches, how they presented the story to us, to the audience, and how one story in one media, in book form, can be different from the its form in other media, like in the movie form, like how the book form differs from the movie form. Like, you can't say the same story in two different forms in the same way, like you need to make changes. So that's what I'm going to kind of discuss today. So the first difference is the setting. In the book, the setting is the typical fantasy setting, the medieval times, I guess. Yeah, that kind of a setting. And in the movie, the setting is really different. It's this Victorian kind of a setting with what do you call it, steampunk elements. Like, it has for example, there's a war going on, and the war machines and everything, those are they have airships and whatnot, and those are very different from what we had. So it's kind of like an alternate history, steampunk, Victorian kind of a setting. So I would say, compared to the book, the movie had much more of an interesting setting. But the book, the setting suited the purpose, because Diana Wynne Jones, she wanted to subvert the tropes of the usual fairy tales and the fantasy stories for kids. Like, she wanted to show you that the tropes that exist in the books, those can be turned on their head or something like that. So that's why in the book, oh my god, is that a wasp? I'm scared. So in the book, that's why the plain old regular setting served the purpose, because Diana Wynne Jones, she wanted to send A message. Oh my god. Why do bad things happen to good people? Why? The themes, I would say, in the movie and the books are different. First of all, the book is not trying to be, you know, just another fantasy story or a fairy tale. So the movie, so the book is trying to be, like subvert the tropes and whatnot, and it also deals with the theme of like being yourself and not doing what people expect you to do. Like for example, when Sophie turns into an old lady, she remarks that I'm doing things I wouldn't have dared do when I was a young lady. So that's that. You need to lose your inhibitions to like for your actual personality to show through. For oh my god. Should I kill it? I don't want to commit homicide on camera. Anyway, so that was the book. And in the movie, the theme is mostly about war, that the pointlessness of wars. Like there's a war going on in the background, and how when Sophie asked Howl which side is that is causing all the destruction and all that, and Howl is like, does that even matter? So the main theme of the movie is that wars are basically pointless. And also the movie is more streamlined and there is more conflict in the movie to make it more interesting to watch. Like I get it, like slice of life movies do exist and they can be really good if it's done well, but in this one, like, the conflict has been inflated. And yeah, so in order to like show the bond between Howl and Sophie and how much they care about each other and all that. And in the books it's more of a laid back slice of life kind of a story, in which like they just do go on about their own ways and do stuff, and Sophie doing trying to do magic and whatnot. So in the books it's a very like the feel of the movie, because of this conflict thing, it feels very different. Like in the movie it feels there's this urgency, like what is going to happen, oh my god, like is Howl going to survive, is the what was she called, the sorceress, is the sorceress going to catch up with Howl or something like that. And what losing your heart means, like it means losing yourself. Yeah, the book has a very different feel from the movie, because the in the book the conflict is it arises but it gets settled quite quickly, and there's no like consequence or anything like that. Like everything is tied up very neatly, and I don't mind that, because I had a really good time. Like some books, like some form of media should be about like purely about escapism. Like everything doesn't need to have a deep meaning kind of a thing. So I felt that the book, the way the conflict was handled, I wished that they had like one more chapter in the book to tie up everything neatly. But that's okay. Like I'm okay with the way the book ended. Sophie's character. So Sophie's character in the book, it's really fun. Like when she is still the young girl, like she will be talking to hats and whatnot, and talking to customers and all that, and she is really sassy and sarcastic, and doesn't take any shit from people, that kind of a person. In the movie, in the movie Sophie is very, like the way they have depicted her, it's really sad. Like she seems, she's very quiet when the movie starts, and she seems very sad and very, like dissatisfied with her stock in life or something like that. And she is not that, that clever, that witty, that funny girl. And but the moment she turns into an old lady, she's like, like uh, this funny, quirky, sarcastic lady. So that personality change kind of, like seemed a bit abrupt in the book movie. So in the book, Sophie was like, her personality, it was the same. Like we could see her in her monologue and everything, and it was the same the entire time. Only thing was, she felt a lot less inhibited and she felt more free. And that's why, like, like she became outwardly that kind of a person. Like her inward self and her outward self, they like both kind of become balanced. So that's that. To be honest, I prefer book Sophie over movie Sophie. And coming with, the characterization of Sophie is the dynamic between Howl and Sophie. I like the book dynamic better than the movie dynamic. And here I would have to go into a little bit spoilers. In the book, Howl is this, like big drama queen, like always, like getting all dressed up and whatnot, taking care of his appearance and trying to, get girls to fall in love with him and breaking their hearts after that and stuff like that. And always, looking for attention and using like aliases and whatnot. So Howl is not a very admirable character in the book, and Howl and Sophie are always at, like odds with each other. Like Sophie is always like, cleaning or trying to sneak into his room to clean, or just misplacing stuff or cutting up his suit, or stuff like that. And Howl is like, oh my god, Sophie, can you just please stop? And Howl will be like, oh my god, I need attention, I am not feeling well and stuff like that. And Sophie, instead of, like in the movie, Sophie, she was like, oh my god, Howl, are you okay and stuff like that. In the book, Sophie is like, you are just being dramatic, get over yourself. And I like that dynamic better than the movie dynamic. In the movie, Sophie and Howl, they are very, like from the starting, they are very friendly, and Howl is not at all, a drama queen. In the movie, Howl is this very, suave kind of a character. Like he looks like a ladies man, but it's not explicitly stated that he, like goes around, breaking people's hearts or stuff like that. It's not stated like that, but yeah, he's very smooth and that kind of a person. And for some reason, Sophie like just falls in love with Howl without, Howl doing anything. In the book, it's like, Howl, what he does is that he shows that he doesn't care, or he is this bad person, he's lazy and stuff like that. But he is actually a good person. Like for example, he overcharges the rich people, but he doesn't take any money from the poor people, like for his spells and other stuff like that. Like he did things for Sophie, that Sophie, like that he didn't tell Sophie that he did that. And so when Sophie found out, she was really touched and all that. And that's how they developed the, the dynamic between them, that Sophie came to care about Howl, because she saw that Howl has this, flashy outside, but he is this, like mushy marshmallow inside. And yeah, in the movie, that goes out the window. I think like there was no like they couldn't have shown that thing, in a very meaningful way. Like the movie, obviously it's like only 2 hours, like they can only show certain things, and they needed to develop the bond between Howl and Sophie somehow. And it only took one person to insult Howl to like for Sophie to realize that she is in love with Howl. And before that there is nothing, like there is no, like there are interactions between Howl and Sophie, but there is not much of like there is no reason for Sophie to suddenly fall for Howl. And Sophie suddenly falling for Howl, it was, I don't know, I didn't like. Sophie in the book, she has two sisters, and the sister stories are like tightly associated with Sophie's story. And like things happen with the sisters and stuff like that. But in the movie they have only shown one sister in the beginning, just to like she has been used as a tool to talk about Howl, that Howl like snatches young girls away or something like that. So, and everything else that had to do with the sisters, it was not in the movie. So that I would say is a good thing, because in the book it was getting a bit too much at times. It got a bit too much, like I won't say annoying, but I didn't care about her sisters that much, like the storylines to do with her sisters. In the movie the sisters are not there, and I'm quite happy that they're not there. So yeah, it's more streamlined. So that's it. I think that the comparison, it's not to say that the movie is better or the book is better. I just wanted to do a comparison to see how two storytellers tell the same story in different ways. Like when a person reads a book and they find different things appealing to them compared to another person reading the same book. So it's like Diana Wynne Jones, she wrote the story in one way, and Miyazaki, he like saw different things in the story and he adapted it like according to his vision. And to be honest, I like both of their visions. Like I like both the movie and the book. You can, like, they are both like so they can both stand independently from each other. And yeah, that's it. I like both the movie and the book, and I hope you know, like, if you haven't watched the movie, give it a try. If you haven't read the book, give it a try. If you have read both and if you have read and watched both, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you liked the movie and the book, like what you liked, what you disliked, and stuff like that. So that's it for today. Hit the like button if you like the video, subscribe if you like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.